Welcome back to Block TV. It's time now for Suck My Blockchain, where we scour the internet for all the latest and greatest that's made it to our news feeds and some of those things that we've missed. So of course, we've brought in our very own Yonah Hochhauser here to break it all down for us, the man who can suck a mean blockchain. Yonah, what have you got for us?
Thank you, Asher. Great to be here. I've been scouring all day. Well, yesterday was round 2 of the great David Marcus Libra beatdown by the hands of Congress, how we like to say, the Libra Grill on the Hill. And there was many amazing things said and some major takeaways from that hearing that can have rippling consequences for the cryptosphere. Now, by far the biggest and most serious one was brought up by none other than Congressman Warren Earl Davidson. Let's listen.
You know, a lot of people in this space will use a phrase that you may be familiar with. There's Bitcoin and then there's shitcoin. Are you familiar with that phrase and what people might mean by that?
I am.
So could you...
Important stuff.
Yeah, nothing like our decision makers in our country saying shit coins. It makes me giggle every time. If you notice, Warren couldn't hold it in either. He was smirking like a third grader who just spelled boobs in his calculator. Now, my favorite part of that exchange had to be the girl's face when he said it. All she's thinking is, ugh, boys, they never change. I finally made it to Congress and have to explain shit coins to this dude. Well, that wasn't the only crypto buzzword. The next big crypto buzzword of the hearings was uttered by Congressman Bradley James Sherman. Take a listen.
People call this the Libra. It's not the Libra. Nobody, if it finally happens, nobody's going to call it Libra. They're going to call it a Zuckbuck. This is Zuckerberg's baby.
Zuckbucks. Yes, Zuckbucks was said in Congress. This is great. What is next? Will Nancy Pelosi say, to the moon? Will Mitch McConnell talk about how in order to rein or control the deficit, the government must rein in spendings and hodl? I mean, the possibilities are endless. But this is not the most interesting thing Congressman Bradley James Sherman said, Asher. No, it is not. It had to be this outlandish claim he made about Libra. Let's take a listen.
Some that innovation is always good. The most innovative thing that happened this century is when Osama bin Laden came up with the innovative idea of flying 2 airplanes into towers. That's the most consequential innovation, although this may do more to endanger America than even that.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Wow. Correctly. J-Brad or Sherms, the 2 nicknames I bestowed upon him, compared Libra to 9/11, even going as far as to say Libra could be potentially worse or more dangerous than 9/11. Wow, you done shit the bed, Sherms. And if you feel a little shocked at that statement, you are not alone. Just check out J-Brad's own intern in the background when he says it. I want you to focus on his eyebrows. Look in the background.
Consequential innovation, although this may do more to endanger America than even that.
You saw those jumps?
That little pop, the little pop he had there.
Yeah, his eyebrows jumped higher than the price of Bitcoin after a night of 2 whales getting drunk and deciding to fuck with the market. I mean, listen, I didn't even know we're up to the point where you're allowed to even make jokes about 9/11, let alone compare random things that have nothing to do with it as potentially worse, but hey.
It's an interesting decision-making choice by him there. Of all the examples to go with, he went bold, and I guess he caught our attention, but...
Bold strategy, Con. Let's see if it pays off. Well, and lastly, some congressmen decided to focus on specific issues and topics, repeating the same point or question over and over again. But none did it better than Congressman Sean Patrick Broski, let's drink some Duffy, and his weird fascination. Let's listen.
$20 bill. $20 bill. You know, this is a $20 bill. It's a $20 bill. $20 bill doesn't discriminate. This $20 bill can be used by every single person that possesses it.
Yeah, he said $20 bill 6 times in less than 30 seconds. We get it, man. You like the $20 bill. Weird flex, but okay. Now, you know what he could buy with that $20 bill? A whole keg of Duffy to down at the party, bro. Make sure Chad brings all the vape pens. We don't want the chicks going over to the Delta Pi Beta house party instead. I mean, Asher, all joking aside, the Duff did make some good points because he did mention after that about how some people are banned from Facebook, including Louis Farrakhan and Milo Yiannopoulos. I mean, and he did question David Marcus, will these banned people be able to use Libra? Will Libra be able to ban people for their views? It's a great question, Dufferino. Asher, what are your takes on that?
Look, I want to wonder, I mean, am I correct in saying the 20 has Hamilton on it, correct? I believe he's on the 20. Maybe there's a Hamiltonian angle going on there. I feel there's a whole deep state conspiracy going on behind that $20 bill. That's my focus.
Bold take, Asher. Let's see. Hot take. It's the hottest around.
That's the hottest take around.
All
I'm just
right.
saying, someone look into that.
Okay, we will. I'll scour the webs for that one.
I expect you will.
Lastly is Congressman Patrick Timothy McHenry, which, by the way, might be the most Irish name I've ever heard in my life. But anywhoozle, he gave crypto a ringing endorsement. Let's listen.
Make you a political talking point, or we can choose to conduct thoughtful governmental oversight. That's my hope for this day, is its thoughtful government oversight. The reality is, whether Facebook is involved or not, change is here. Digital currencies exist. Blockchain technology is real. And Facebook's entry in this new world is just confirmation, albeit at scale. The world that Satoshi Nakamoto, author of the Bitcoin white paper, envisioned, and others are building, is an unstoppable force. We should not attempt to deter this innovation, and governments cannot stop this innovation. And those that have tried have already failed.
Change is inevitable. Bitcoin is here. There is no point in resisting. Let it come. Cryptocurrencies will conquer all. Okay, I'm pretty sure he copied that speech, even down to the cadence from the Matrix Mr. Anderson. Take a listen.
Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you do it? Why? Why get up? Why keep fighting? You believe you're fighting for something, for more than your survival? Can you tell me what it is? Do you even know? Is it freedom or truth? Perhaps peace? Could it be for love? Illusions, Mr. Anderson, vagaries of perception. Temporary constructs of a feeble human intellect trying desperately to justify an existence that is without meaning or purpose. And all of them as artificial as the Matrix itself. Although only a human mind can invent something as insipid as love. You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting.
That's one hell of a speech right there. I can see the parallels. I see why you drew them together.
Yeah, you heard it. I mean, there's no stopping cryptocurrencies, Mr. Anderson. You might as well accept it. It's inevitable.
It does seem to certainly be inevitable.
Well, thank you to that Congressman for the ringing endorsement. You heard it here first. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. There's no stopping it. And those who have tried to stop it have fallen.
They certainly have. They certainly have. It seems that the inevitability is coming and we'll all ride that sweet, sweet wave. But that wasn't the only thing happening in the world?
No. We here at Block TV, we're actually live tweeting the event as well. And something caught our very own Zachy Hennessy's eye. Yes, during the speech, we were able to tweet and he spotted, is that man wearing a Bitcoin pin at the Libra vs. Congress hearing? Hashtag, we got a man on the inside. And of course, our ever astute followers decided to let us know that it's a congressional pin, so no. Well, to which I decided to respond, of course, with, sure it is. That's just what the banks want you to think. Obviously, our crypto man inside can't just give himself away and wear a Bitcoin pin on live TV, so he goes undercover wearing a congressional pin to throw the traditional financial institutions off. Good job, my man. Keep fighting the good fight.
I think there might have even been a little switcheroo halfway through. At some point it'll look Bitcoiny, at other points it'll look congressional pinny. I mean, who's to say? Certainly not I.
Not us. I mean, it's not like we make up the news.
No, certainly not. All right,
Okay.
What else you got for us?
Well, next up, Twitter user Matt Lestro, he found something interesting, okay? He said that he was reading through Satoshi's writings, the good old Satoshi Nakamoto, of course, maker of Bitcoin, and he found a post offering to sell an image for $1, 500 Bitcoin. Now, the author who made that post, he posted his Bitcoin address. Now, Matt later found a transaction of 500 Bitcoin associated with that address taking place on February 24th, 2010. An important date. Why? Because if that transaction was actually for the above-mentioned image, then that transaction would be before the infamous first ever Bitcoin transaction of 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, which occurred on May 22nd, 2010. Wow, good job, Matt. You've now ruined my childhood. I feel like my whole life has been a lie up to this point. I always thought that the first transaction of Bitcoin was for pizza. That gave me so much to live for and to look forward to. And now it was just an image that none of us will ever know.
I think a pizza is a lot better story to live with, and I choose to squash this other potential first transaction because I want pizza to be the thing that kicked this all off. I mean, that's just me. I'm happy to live with that.
And luckily, there's just the address of the transaction and the amount transacted. There's no way of ever knowing what that picture, if it
actually went
had
through.
seen.
Well, I guess we'll have to remain eternally in mystery, but you've got something else for us to tie it all together?
Yes, to bring us happier news, because up until now, I know it's been a little bit drag. Facebook, or not Facebook, I'm sorry, Face App. You know Face App? And its old filter that people have been taking over the world by storm recently, where they take a picture of their friends and it makes their face look all old. I know we've been having our fun with it here at the Block TV studios. If I would have known you're doing the segment with me, Asher, I would have showed the world your face as it came out. But all right, well,
no one needs to see that. No one. That photo doesn't exist, nor does it need to exist.
Fair enough. Check out our Block TV Twitter. Maybe I'll decide to tweet it later. Well, someone decided to utilize it to make a great crypto meme, which obviously we love here at Suck My Blockchain. Here is Vitalik Buterin finally announcing the launch of Ethereum 2.0. I mean, I agree exactly. I mean, for years they've been promising this thing, and they keep on pushing it off and pushing it off. And clearly, I mean, this poster, the original poster of this meme must have thought, "Get your act together, Vitalik." Who are you, George R.R. Martin?
Yeah, you got to actually get some product out in the field. We don't want a Half-Life 3 situation, people. Get it functioning, get it out there. All right. Well, our very own Yonah Hochhauser here, breaking down the best of what's going on in the crypto sphere, sucking that blockchain dry as can be. Thank you, Yonah, and stay with us at blocktv.com for all the latest in news and information. I'm Asher Westrop Evans. Thanks for watching.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.